From food on the shelves to a cheap energy deal. And now, fuel at the pumps. We're being told it might get harder to get all sorts of things at the moment. This is not a scene any supplier would want. Closure, when customers still want to come. There's now such a shortage of HGV drivers. BP's having to ration fuel to the forecourt. A crisis is biting, and it's one of logistics. In a statement, the company confirmed we're experiencing fuel supply issues at some of our retail sites in the UK, and unfortunately have therefore seen a handful of sites temporarily close due to a lack of both unleaded and diesel grades. Many pumps will be filled from terminals like this, but the fuel itself is not short. And closures will not be widespread, in the tens, not in the hundreds. The industry rushing to reassure.
There's no reason to panic buy. There's no stock outs in terms of widespread stock outs. If you don't get a fuel at a particular service station of your choice, you can always drive to another one and you'll get refueled.
Panic buying would be much more of a problem, but so far there's no sign of that being widespread.
I have to use my car to go to work. So if I don't have a car, I don't have a job.
Are you filling up because you're worried about a fuel shortage or just?
Yeah. Neighbours just told us now.
The petrol stations that are closed probably won't stay that way for very long. They're being prioritised for refuelling. This one, for example, told me they expect another delivery before the day is out. But it does bring this lorry driver shortage into critical focus. It's a shortage that's being caused partly by the pandemic and a huge backlog in tests, partly by Brexit with migrant workers going home, and partly because there aren't enough younger workers coming up who find the industry attractive. The industry needs another 150,000 drivers. And it's being felt by people like Steve. He runs an HGV firm, and this was him in July. He's now down over 20% on the staff he needs. If things were bad then, they're now atrocious.
The situation is grim, very, very grim, and it's getting worse. They're going to get to a point when they're going to have to say, enough, we can't afford to move those goods.
And the impact's being felt across the economy. Everything from farms and food to furniture and fittings. Many warn of a breaking point and say action is needed now.
In the short term, we are asking government to temporarily allow trained, safe, professional European drivers into the UK to take up some of the vacant jobs. That will tide us over until we think spring next year.
The government says it's working hard to resolve this, but goods are not flowing as they should in this country. Fuel, just the latest example, but it certainly won't be the last. Helen-Ann Smith, Sky News.